Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Penguins Collective podcast. My name is Louie.
My name is Josh.
Oh, and we're two brothers who love to talk about Jaromir Jagr. And
and the Pittsburgh Penguins.
There you go. Nice pickup, Josh. I threw you a curveball and you knocked it out of the park. Welcome, everyone who is joining us today. We had a wonderful pre-game ceremony, and that was the only good thing about tonight. Are we good with audio? Can you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? Comment in the chat. I can hear. There's feedback, so I know my voice is coming through. I think, Josh, you're struggling on the other end. But, this is making out to be a great episode, Josh. This is going fantastic. Well, I'm going to keep on going regardless. Josh has disappeared. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining this episode. Hello, Josiah. Hello, all the people who are in the chat right now. I know you guys are excited because we are currently going through a giveaway with shopyins.com. That's once again shopyins.com. And if you add the code TPC15, you get the first order 15% off. Also, if you use that code, maybe my dog in the back will stop barking. Who knows? But guys, thank you so much for joining this stream. Thank you so much for listening to the audio. And if you say, hey, I missed a giveaway for a Jagr jersey, that's right, you did. You missed it if you're listening to the audio tomorrow. What you got to do is follow us on Twitter at Pens Collective. We go live on there. We also tweet out during the game. We have our giveaways there. So if you guys want to stay connected to the podcast, the Penguins Collective, make sure you follow us on Twitter at Pens Collective. Also, we have a Discord. That's right, Discord/the Penguins Collective. You can chat with other Penguins fans live during the game. We also talk throughout the week. It's been growing constantly, so make sure you join that Discord. Ethan is in the chat right now. He could put out that Discord link right now. Hopefully he can. So that way you guys can join right now. And speaking of joining, Josh just joined right back, doing a little Houdini. Now you see him. Now you don't. He's back. And let's talk about it. I know everyone's here. Everyone's excited about the Jaromir Jagr give away the jersey, not this shirt. This is a one-of-a-kind shirt.
Yes.
But this one I am wearing because a legend got his number retired here in Pittsburgh, and that's what we're excited about. That's why we're working with Shop Yins to make sure you guys can win a jersey, which will be happening very shortly. But Josh, let's talk about the game, right? Like what we always do after a Penguins game, after every game, we go live and we talk about how bad the Penguins power play is. That's what we do every single game because we have to, because it's that bad, okay? We tried to impress Mr. Jagr in the stands, but apparently only Sidney Crosby cared. Everyone else kind of just pooped and just not good enough. So, Josh, thoughts on this pre-game ceremony, and then we could get into the game.
Yeah, I thought the pregame was awesome. Questioning why they were starting at 4. I was like, why don't they just do it like, when they honor the 1,000th game, they'll
Right.
just bring up the banner and just be good. And then when I turned it on and it actually started, I was like, wow, this is a production. I get the
Oh yeah,
2 hour early, before game. You know,
sure.
what a production done by the Penguins, and I think they nailed it. Everything was absolutely beautifully done. Uh,
That's right.
you know, I don't want to sound horrible, but essentially, like, just like honoring the man as if he was dead. Like, it was like
Yeah.
gave gave him his flowers while he was still alive, which is great because often a lot of organizations, a lot of teams, a lot of leagues across all sports will do this once they pass away, you know. But
Right.
I like the fact that we're able to do this while he's here, while he was able to essentially take a break from his playing career over in the Czech Republic
Yeah.
and join us here in Pittsburgh. But I thought it was fantastic. There was so many great little tidbits from different speeches that were given, little videos that were played. Now, the guy who was doing the narrating the entire time,
Paul Steigerwald.
is that the guy who's the PA announcer in the arena?
No, no. He
No,
used to be the Penguins play-by-play announcer for the longest time on TV.
like
It's Paul
well,
Steigerwald.
the guy that was at the podium.
Yeah, that's Paul
Yeah.
Steigerwald.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
So he always has been a part of the Penguins organization.
Yeah.
He was there when Mario came in, Mario Lemieux. He
His
was
voice
there. He
was
picked
just so
yeah,
familiar.
he's been in this organization forever. He was there to pick up Mario Lemieux from the airport. He was there to pick up Jaromir Jagr from the airport. Wouldn't be surprised if he picked up Evgeny Malkin from the airport.
Yeah.
But he's always been a part of the organization. He has various roles. Now he's more behind the scenes currently. But for the longest time before Steve Mears, he was the play-by-play announcer for a long time.
Oh,
So
wow. Okay.
anytime you watched Versus or what was the other one? Yeah.
FSN?
FSN. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was him. And then
Ah,
when it moved to AT&T Sportsnet, I think
that's
Steve
when
Mears came in, and after that, now we have Josh Getzoff.
Josh
So
Got
yeah, so
Okay.
he has been a part of the organization forever. He's always been a staple. I love his voice.
It's
So
great.
it's
Yeah.
great. Great voice.
Yeah.
Great voice.
So, and like he must have done narration for videos that the Penguins production have done forever. So I just recognized the voice. So I thought it was great. He did a great job. There was one line he was talking about the quotes. It's a great day for hockey, but he said, "I'm going to change it. It's a great day
Today
for
is
me."
a great day for me.
Love that. And then
But
I
you know
had
what's
no.
funny? I knew what he meant by that. He meant like
Oh
it's
yeah,
a great day because everyone is so nice, everything is so great. But the
yeah.
whole audience took it as like he's being funny. But I don't think he was trying to be funny. Like I think he honestly meant like
I
as
think
a
he was no.
heartfelt.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it's a great day for me because of how amazing everything is. And I think everyone took it like, like how funny it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I
yeah.
think they
I
took
get
it
it.
as tongue in cheek, where he was like, no, 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 it's really heartfelt. Like, it's a great day for
Yeah.
me. Thank you guys so much.
It's
Because
just
he
his
went into a
personality came off that way. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I get
because
that.
he immediately went in to start thanking people.
Yeah,
So that's why I was like, oh, he means it like this, where
yeah,
everyone took it as the other way. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's the way I kind of interpreted it. But
yeah. And
I thought it was a phenomenal
I
thing. Go
missed the
ahead.
beginning where they introduced his mom and his girlfriend. So like
Yeah.
watching the entire thing, I'm like,
Yeah.
is that his daughter? Is that
No.
like who is that?
No.
And then I saw after the ceremony, someone put out this clip. It's Jagr, and he says, "I would like to thank my girlfriend." I'm like, oh, okay, that's who it is. She's too young to remember that I played for the Penguins, but I told her all the stories.
All the great stories. Which, first of all,
Love that.
what a legend, dude.
Yeah.
What a legend to say. Yeah, my young hot girlfriend over there, she doesn't remember me playing in the 90s, but I mean that just shows her age right there. She was
Yeah.
a kid in the 90s, okay?
Yeah. So that literally means like she's our age, which is
She's our
a
age,
little
which
concerning, but hey, whatever.
no,
Hey,
props
whatever,
to Jaromir Jagr
whatever
to,
floats your boat. Yogs,
he's
absolutely.
a legend on and off the ice.
Yeah.
And
Well, yeah,
yeah,
that
so
birthday party story where he had over 700 women.
dude, I remember the story. I mean, this is not where I wanted
Unreal.
it to go into, but
Unreal.
like the story of like how he had like a one night stand and with this beautiful woman, and she like took a selfie and was like, I'm gonna send it to someone if you don't give me money. He's like, go ahead, I don't care. Like, and that's where it's like
No way. I
Yager's
never
the
knew that.
best. I think that's I think that's a rumor. If that's not a rumor, people are
Oh my
calling me during.
gosh.
They don't know we're
Don't they know?
busy.
Yeah, don't
I
they know
want to
we're
throw
live
up.
right now?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
I want to throw up Roberts. Doc Holiday, 66 Sadler. Okay, nice. Throwing his comment out. Yager said he was so nervous
I
for
could
the
see it.
speech. Yeah. Well, you know what was so funny? I was watching him during the whole ceremony, like after they introduced all the other
Mhm.
players, then he came out and he sat down next to his mom. And you could tell while Paul was narrating the whole night, you could tell he was nervous. He was just looking
Yeah.
around like
Yeah.
he wasn't.
Just a
And at
little
first,
uncomfortable.
right, at first I thought he was emotional. So I thought I was like, oh, is he about to cry? Because
Yeah.
like, it's always nice to see people like, oh, get understanding the moment and all that. So I was like, oh, is he like emotional right now? But no, he was just nervous. He was nervous the whole time because I think it was the old 2-9er on not AT&T Sportsnet. I apologize, Sportsnet Pittsburgh, who asked them like, "Oh, what a great weekend, great week for you here in Pittsburgh. Did you have time to enjoy it?" I'm paraphrasing, and he was like, "Yes, but I was so nervous about speaking that I kind of was in my head a little bit." And I'm like, man, Jaromir Jagr was nervous about public speaking, which I just think is kind of funny. But like, dude, you could tell he was nervous. But what an incredible, just whole operation. Now, let me start from the beginning. The whole operation itself, just today, was phenomenal. But the Penguins' little touches that they have been doing since Thursday of last week have been amazing. If you go onto the Penguins app, okay, just their app, it has Jaromir Jagr on the back instead of like Sid or anyone. And it's just like these little touches. And they've been sharing video after story after article about how great Jaromir Jagr was, how his presence in Pittsburgh changed the direction of the organization. It was just incredible. And I just want to say, I didn't know how to tweet this. Everyone who was involved, everyone who had ideas to kind of honor Jagr this weekend, what a phenomenal job.
Crushed it.
Great job. You crushed it. We're in the Twitterverse. We're a part of THPN, which is the Hockey Podcast Network. So we are connected to all other 31 hockey teams and their podcasts. I just want to say they were all jealous of tonight. They were all looking at us. They're like, wow, what a great thing that the Penguins did. Everyone is taking notice on how you handle honoring a legend. And someone even tweeted, someone tweeted out saying the outdoor game today against the Rangers in the Isles was
I didn't even know.
underneath the spectacle that was Jagr getting his number retired.
I didn't even
Do you know
know
what
that
I'm
was
saying?
on. I had no idea that was on.
Who
today.
cares? No one was
Yes.
even watching, dude.
Yes.
Brian comes in on the chat saying, first class organization. Gonna be a lot of people cutting onions when 87 goes in the rafters. Listen, something that I loved, Derek, maybe this is off-putting to some people, but when Paul, who's been on the podium, said, we 3 generations of hockey.
40
We
years
have
of 40 years of hockey 40
having
years
the
of Pittsburgh Penguins having the greatest player in the
greatest
world.
hockey. And I was like, what a nod to Sid.
Yeah.
You know? I was like,
Yeah.
I see you, Paul. I see you. You're saying Sid is the greatest hockey player in the world. You're saying
Still.
Jagr was the best hockey player in the world. And you were saying Mario Lemieux was the greatest hockey player in the world. 40 years of having the greatest hockey player in the world. We are blessed as Penguins fans. And something that I want to kind of just say that maybe doesn't need to be said. It's nice letting the pressure off from Sid. Ooh, I hit the mic. I apologize, everyone. It's nice taking the pressure off of Sid because all the cameras are on Sid anytime. But tonight it was just nice to kind of honor.
They panned to him a couple times.
Well, because at comments like we've had the greatest hockey player on earth for the last 40 years, and it goes Sidney Crosby. You know, it pans right to Sid. And, you know, Sid is just in awe, just like everyone. And what a great nod from the Kings organization to have their whole entire team come out and sit and watch.
Yeah, I think they wanted to. How could you not want to? You know?
But that's what I'm saying. Like some teams, like, you know, they probably have the option. They don't need to be out there.
Sure.
And the fact that they were like, yeah, we'll watch it. We just had a double. We played last night.
Yeah, overtime.
Overtime, which was a phenomenal overtime. But just to come out and sit there and clap and laugh at, you know, Jagr's jokes and you know, it's a wonderful organization, as Brian said. Everything to the banner raising was phenomenal. You know, like they knew how to do this. If you think this is something, I mean, just wait till Sid retires. You know, this is gonna be that's gonna be something.
Really,
but
this is really stupid, and I know a lot of people like probably will not care about this next comment that I make, but it was really cool because the game, this whole ceremony started at 4. I turned it on at like 4:30, and they were starting to do the introduction of the players, and it came on when like Ron Francis and like the heavy hitters were being announced, and
the alternate captains,
and the applause for Mario Lemieux. And my boys, my families is sitting right next to me. And they're like, why is everyone cheering for that guy? And I literally paused it and gave him a brief little history lesson.
Yeah, you have to.
My oldest is 5. He has no idea what I'm talking about when I'm saying the Penguins are about to move and Mario Lemieux's like, no, we're not moving. I'll front this. We'll save the team, and explained all that to him, and then explained the importance of Lemieux and Jagr on the impact that they had on the team, which led to getting Crosby and all that stuff. But just to have them sit there and watch that, awesome.
Unreal.
Awesome moment.
It's something that for you
stay with me. Yeah.
No, it's something for you. I mean, it was, you know, I'm sure, and I don't even know why I'm getting a little teary-eyed here, but like when Dad took us to hockey games, when we were little, and seeing, you know, I'm sure you as well, but me fall in love with the game. And Josh, you could attest to this. I dove headfirst into hockey. Hard after that game, and watching Andy Chiodo, who's now the goaltending coach for the Pittsburgh Penguins, but he's the reason why I'm the way that I am. He's the reason why I love hockey. And I'm sure, and as a father, Josh, you could understand this, just seeing your son go, whoa, this is something, you know? And I'm sure your kids seeing you go, whoa, and them go, who's that guy? You know? And you're like, oh, let me tell you, you know, I'm sure that's phenomenal. And I think this was just, once again, Penguins, great organization, talent up the wazoo, generations. Like, you know, we didn't grow up on Jagr, Josh. We didn't.
No, I was born when they won the second cup.
First cup. But
no,
first
second, because first one
91,
was
92.
90. Oh, all right then. My bad.
All right, Josh.
My
Thanks.
bad.
We just lost everyone who's watching because they're like, oh, they're a Penguins podcast, right? They should know when they win the Stanley Cup. But I'm glad that Josh just ruined that for everyone. That's cool.
Sorry.
91, 92, 2009.
Yeah,
16 and
17.
17. All right.
All
I just want to let people who are listening or watching that I know what we're talking about. I just want to say. But no, we did not watch Jagr growing up. We saw the after effects, okay? And if anything, we were Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins fans. We weren't Pittsburgh fans until we were teenagers. When Sid was already drafted. I want to make that very clear.
I remember watching the draft though when we got Crosby.
Yes, no. But what I'm saying is we didn't really follow it. We were just like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Like we were ignorant to be like, oh, are we going to see him in Wilkes-Barre?
We didn't understand the importance of.
Correct. Right.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh, is Sidney coming to Wilkes-Barre? And everyone's like, no. Like he's not coming to Wilkes-Barre. But we were more of Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins fans that grew up now to understand the importance of the history. But our dad loved Mario Lemieux. Still does. He will go on a 10-minute rant telling you that Mario Lemieux is greater than Wayne Gretzky if you look at the overall stats and the period of time that he missed. He would have been better. So, I tend to agree, but it's just something that generational. Our dad was Mario. The generation after was Jagr. And our generation is Sidney Crosby.
Yeah.
And hopefully we get a guy that your sons can watch that would be generational as well. But let's wrap up the ceremony. I mean, the ceremony was beautiful. I honestly thought they were going to have Mario speak.
No, I like that they didn't.
No, but what I was going to say is I'm glad that they didn't. I don't know why they had Craig Patrick introduce him. I think it should have just been like Paul was like, and ladies and gentlemen, or Mike Lang's voice should have said like something. I wish they included a little more Mike Lang because, as you know,
shout out by
Jagr at the end, who said, I got to thank one more person who wasn't a player, who wasn't a coach, who wasn't on staff.
Yeah, I had no idea where he was going.
I know. I was like, his mom? Or I was like, is that where he was going? And then he was like, Mike Lang. And the whole stadium erupted because he was their Dan Potash, is what I realized. Mike Lang.
I think even more important, though.
Probably more, but back then it wasn't like different roles. Like Mike Lang wore.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, because
you know
he was in the locker room. He was doing those interviews. I see what you're saying.
Correct.
Yeah.
So Dan Potash is probably what Mike Lang was. Dan Potash to Sidney Crosby is like what Mike Lang was to Jaromir Jagr.
Yeah.
So and that's where I'm like, man, you don't see these connections. From a bird's eye view, so it's nice that everyone got recognized. I like that he's like, hey, you know what? This is my day. I'm just going to read a list of people that I want to thank. And I know that Mike Lang wasn't there. Brian is in the chat saying, surprise Lang wasn't there. Not sure how good his health is anymore. He was on Mark Madden's show last week and sounded good. Yeah, I think he's older. That's the reason why he couldn't call games anymore is because he couldn't travel.
Now, did he call in? I didn't get a chance to listen to that interview. Did he call into Mark Madden's?
Well, it's a radio show, so yes.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Well, I mean, they still have microphones in the studio. That he could have went there. But
I'm sure. But
that's probably why he was on the show, is the fact that he probably called in, and I'm sure he still sounded good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, someone
voice
who's got a voice like that. But the thing is, like, to do it that long, you had to have had a regiment to protect and
A
strengthen
lot of tea with honey.
your voice so that you have, longevity that way. So I'm not surprised that his voice still sounds good. It's just a matter of his mobility in
Yeah.
terms of getting around. But
Robert also said Jagr on broadcast, Ling would sit with Jagr on the bus and talk with him, even though Jagr couldn't understand English so well that Ling could communicate with Jagr. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, we see these connect. Like, how would we know? Especially back then when they didn't have inside Penguins hockey, or they didn't have in the room, which anyone notice that's not happening this year? Why isn't that's happening? Anyway, that's a whole other
can we
conversation.
also just talk about the lack of interviews with Penguins players with other media? Just want to
We're
say
going to push that aside. We're going to push that aside. We're going to push
Just
that aside.
saying.
That could be a Kyle Dubas thing. We'll talk about it. So yes. It's these are the things you don't see. And it's just nice to bring them to light on such a special day for Jaromir Jagr. He meant a lot to the organization. A lot. And for him to get recognized was awesome. Speaking of awesome, I thought he was playing because I was on my computer getting ready for the game, and warm-ups were starting, and all of a sudden I look up, they were like, "How about this?" And I look up and I'm seeing Jagr doing warm-ups.
Full uniform.
Full uniform. And I was like, "Is he playing?" So I go on Twitter and I'm like, "Did they release the lineup yet?" How crazy would they be if they were like,
fourth liner
on the fourth line, Jaromir Jagr, and they would like start him? Oh, dude. But obviously, he didn't start. But I was gonna say he looked good. You could tell he's old. Like, you could tell he's a 52-year-old skating.
Yeah.
But the practice that he was at yesterday on Saturday, he looked good. Like, his puck handling was all right, and he was shooting. He scored on Nedeljkovic a couple times. So
still got it.
It's just he still got it. I mean, he's still technically playing, I'm pretty sure, in Russia.
Yeah, he is.
So
no, Czech Republic. Not
whatever.
Russia.
So sorry. I mean, not really. I
I
don't want to offend anyone. Sorry. I had a lunch today with people who aren't born in America from Brazil. And I just kept on saying, whatever. I'm just a stupid American. USA, USA. So whenever I get something wrong, I just go USA, USA. So to your response, USA. Who cares? Where was we going with this, Josh? Oh yeah. So he's still technically, he was still technically playing, but he didn't play tonight. It was a final salute to the Penguins fans. He skated to the center ice, did one last "I'm done," and all the Penguins were on the bench stick tapping him, which I thought was a beautiful send off in warm-ups.
Yeah.
And then he skated out, and then in 20 minutes he was in a suit again, up top, eating a salad, getting ready for the game. And someone also posted that Mr. Jeff Jimerson, those of you who don't know, is who sings the national anthem for the Penguins. He started when Jagr was around.
Oh wow!
So what a cool thing for that. And the Penguins started playing. Jagr looked afar. He looked from the his suite. Thank you. I was gonna say what
luxury box,
luxury boxeroonie, and he was looking, and just like the rest of us, super disappointed in what he saw. Ethan comes in the chat, says he looked so disappointed at the end of the game. You're not lying. I was watching the broadcast, and he was like going like, that was bogus. Like, you could tell, like, he was just, that's what I just saw. That's what I came here. We should have shot them out 7-0. We should have came out flying but we didn't. The Pittsburgh Penguins were so slow today. They were everything. Like, now, granted, some people on the Twitterverse were saying, hey, why are we making a big old show and dance for Jaromir Jagr on the practice? We got games to win, you know? And I said to those people, go pound sand, okay? This is Jaromir Jagr. If he wants to practice with the Penguins and they want to make it a fun time, let him do it. Like, who cares?
The thing is, they asked Sullivan about it. Sullivan
And he
said, I'm the one who invited him. He didn't want to impose. I told him, lace him up.
Yeah. And he said, I've never coached a 52-year-old.
Yeah.
But it was fun. And but what I'm saying is, you know, sometimes, okay, I can only relate to this as a designer, okay, as a graphic designer. Sometimes when you're trying to work out an idea or you're working out a sketch and it's just not working and it's just not clicking and you're struggling to complete your idea over and over and over again, sometimes the best thing to do is get up and walk away from the computer. And I feel
like the same thing about that.
I feel like that was exactly what Mike Sullivan had in mind. Hey, we're sucking right now. You know what's good? Let's have a little relaxation. Let's have a break. Yes, we'll practice, but Jaromir Jagr is here, everyone. Let's have a fun day. You know, we still all love hockey at the end of the day. Here's Jaromir Jagr. And that's why it was so much fun. I think we needed that break. Now there's another flip to that coin where it's like, maybe they should be working on the power play because it's absolutely terrible. The Penguins power play.
1 for 5 tonight, I think it was. The fact that we even got one. The fact that we even got one was really good. I mean, and that was a sweet shot by Crosby.
Sidney Crosby gets a goal. Yeah.
Yeah, so glad we're able to get one on the board, but at the same time, like, the old issues reared their ugly heads again.
Oh, you know, gosh, dude.
Malkin on the power play 1 again, holding on to the puck, just dancing in circles with it, passing it to no one, letting it go into the neutral zone. Carlson causing a turnover, leading to an odd man rush, leads to a goal. I mean, like, it's just all these things are happening again, and I don't understand why we keep going with the same lineup over and over and over again when we can just make the change that we did and we talked about this 2 months ago.
Yeah.
You have to let the lineup gel. So if you change the power play, now a month ago, but then you change it back after just a few weeks, I don't think that's enough time to let it gel, especially when you have an entire week off during the All-Star break and you just coming out of the All-Star break, you bring it back. It made no sense to me. And I'm not surprised that it's still struggling, because the thing is, you know, when you have the conductor of this, Mr. Todd Reardon, there's a picture circulating of Todd Reardon just doodling on the whiteboard again.
I'll just pull it up on my phone. For those of you who are watching live, I'll show you the video, the picture.
Oh, wait, is there?
But once again, you could. But look at Todd Reardon. If you could see it, he literally just wrote 87 at the center circle. Like
17.
No dirt, Todd. Yeah. No dirt. All right. What are you doing? Okay. What are you doing I would love Todd Reardon's job. All right. Listen, you show up on work, you don't do anything clearly, and you go to the games and just say, 87's taking face off. And I honestly could have swore during the broadcast that I saw Erik Karlsson telling him what to do. Telling Todd Reardon what to do. Like, yeah no, I'll come this way and I'll shoot it down. And then, make sure Letang is there on the outside because the puck is going to wrap around. Yes. Okay, Todd, get the clipboard out of my face. Guys, this is what we're going to do. And I think that's where the Penguins are headed. Like, get this guy out here. He's a clown. And I don't want to look, we try to be very positive on this podcast. We try to be very careful on, I guess, not condemning players, but rebuking players. Josh, I got the word. Rebuking players. Okay? Or rebuking coaches. Because sometimes everyone needs a good little rebuke. You know what I'm saying? But Todd Reirden is past the point of rebuking. Okay? We've rebuked him a lot. And he has yet to change. And I know he has yet to change because the same stuff happens. How many times did Malkin turn that puck over on the power play? A lot. Malkin looked absolutely terrible. In fact, there's someone, I want to pull up the chat. Nice. Sorry, I know.
Those are nice sounds.
Thanks, man. Trying to fill up the void. Ohio Yinzer on the chat. Here we go. Says, this power play is horrible. Only half joking here. Why not sign Jagr and put him on the first power play? He would be better at it than Malkin. Okay? I'm telling you, for sure, he would be better.
There was another Jagr.
Nick.
Sorry. There was another Jagr.
This one is just Nipak. I think I nailed that last name. I would be fine if they
Call
just
out,
shoot
Nick.
it.
Call him out. Let us know. Did he get it right? Or
no,
put
Josh.
in the
what we're gonna get
phonetic spelling of your last name.
What we're gonna get is Louie crushed it. Nipak. So it would be fine if they just shoot it from the point as many times as possible at this point. Absolutely. I agree with you 100%, Nick. I think that's exactly what they should do. Did anyone notice? Okay, class, pay attention. Did anyone notice Sidney Crosby getting in front of the goalie tonight on the power play?
Him and Raquel. Those were the two that I noticed.
First of all, love it. Second of all, oh, dang it, Nick. If it's in the patch, I'm leaving this podcast right now.
No.
Or is it? I said Napak,
I don't know.
And he said that's wrong. Dude,
he said closer
there's no other way to say
most.
it. There's no way to say that. Get out of here, dude. No, what I'm saying is...
Get out of here. Don't call. Stay, Nick.
Get out of here, dude. No, Sid was down low, but I don't want Sid to be the one down low. I want him to be the one scoring from the hash marks. Put Raquel at the goalie. Let him get cross-checked in the back carefully. I don't want him to get hurt, but I'm just saying the defensemen are going to be cross-checking, which is why you don't want Sidney Crosby in front of the goalie. Sacrifice Raquel. No offense, Raquel. Sorry.
But we know he's got a strong shoulder and back,
Yeah.
Carrying his team.
Take it for... Yeah. Great joke, Josh. Thank you.
Thanks. Proud of myself.
Way to elevate this podcast to a comedy podcast. Thank you so much. But Raquel needs to be there. Sid needs to be on the hash marks, ripping one in after the rebound. That's what we need right now. And guess who we don't need on the podcast? I mean, I would love him on the podcast. So that way I can ask him, why does he suck on the power play? Is Evgeny Malkin. All right?
I'd love
Evgeny Malkin does not... Yeah. Oh, wow. Thanks for being on the podcast. Tell me, what's going through that thick head of yours on the power play when you're trying to pass it, dude? I would never say that. No way. And Ethan with another joke, dude. This is already a comedy podcast with the way they're playing. Hey, let's give it up for you. Let's give it up to you, dude. Wait, a great joke.
Richard, can you throw up Richard's comment?
We've been saying this, bro.
Richard, I don't know if you're new to the podcast, but I think you're new to commenting. And this is what we've been saying for a while, man. We've been saying this for a while.
Richard says they need a huge guy screening the goalie. Ever since Hornquist, which he spelt that phenomenally correct,
Perfect. Absolutely
this
perfect.
power play has been lacking. Comma. Not only did he spell Hornquist right, he knows how to write a sentence. All right, we don't have the pest in front of the opposing goalie. You're absolutely right, Richard. And since we know you so well, Rick, you're right, dude. You're right. We need a guy in front of the net.
I hope he goes by Rich. I hope he goes. Because
I'm getting everyone's name wrong. I'm getting Nick's name wrong. And listen, anyone who listens to this podcast audio the next day, this should prove to you why you should join us after every single game live. Because aren't we having fun? We're having fun here. That's what we're having. And Ethan is trying to get Richard on the Discord. Love it, dude. NES comes in and says smash like everyone, which I appreciate. NES says NES says I'm score needs to get back to that mentality. Now, I'm score is a quote by Evgeny Malkin when he was actually useful on the power play. And he said, I'm score because his English wasn't great. And everyone kind of loved that because it's very Jagr-esque. And he score no more, I guess, is the correct response to that. All right. Ethan with a wild take saying, should he get Phil Kessel?
He's in Vancouver.
We are, dude, let's he's not even in Vancouver. He's in Abbotsford, okay, which is the AHL for Vancouver. Listen, I love the core, but they're old. No need to make this a retirement home. Let's try to get some young people in here. Okay, I love Phil.
Hey. We did.
What?
And we did. We got younger. We got youth.
We got youth, but bad youth. So, hey, speaking of, we picked up off waivers.
That's who I was saying.
Wilson?
Phillips.
That's what I meant.
I think
Phillips.
Matt Phillips.
Hey, Matt. We're just best
Matthew,
buds.
whatever his name is.
Best buds. Matthew Phillips. Thanks, Ethan.
I called it, though.
Matthew, shut up. Matthew Phillips from Washington Capitals. He was a Hershey Bear. Got called up.
Yeah, dominated AHL. Did you see those stats?
I love those stats. Where were they tonight? Okay, not to be fair. He got a shot on net, so.
Oh, welcome to YouTube, Richard. Welcome to YouTube.
Thanks, dude. I don't even know how. I don't even know what that means. NES. NES says Wilson Phillips is a trio of women who sang in the 80s.
You were guessing his first name,
and I said Wilson.
Yeah.
And Richard says in the chat, if we are getting older, give me Jagr, not Kessel. Honestly, I'd take that, dude. I'd take that. But the Penguins absolutely look terrible tonight. The Penguins' power play has been bad. All right. And today got highlighted even more so. Okay. Even way highlighted. It's a Jagr night. There's so many people there. There's a lot of eyes. And once again, we can't bury it. Now, yeah, you could argue, hey, Sidney Crosby scored on the power play. Yeah, but that's Sidney Crosby. Okay? Sidney Crosby can't be out there every single second. All right? As Josh already said, he goes to the chiropractor 4 times a week because his back hurts from carrying this team. So, we need to get better guys on the power play to score. Okay? Malkin is not one of them. He proved that multiple times. He's turned the puck over multiple times. It's just not good. There is one shining moment, I guess you could take away. Even though we lost, Jarry looks good. And I would like to say Jarry looks great. This is not his problem, okay? Defense played a little bit better. Graves still has no idea where he is on the ice. Okay? Yeah. A lot of turnovers. and power play stinks.
It's
Other
the
than
same,
that,
it's the same Penguins.
it's the same
Nothing has
Penguins.
changed. Nothing's
So
changed. I don't know
here's what I would do.
Well, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again. That's where we're at right now. And
Well, no. You missed the most important part of that definition, is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Okay?
You're right.
That's insanity. And if anything is insanity, is Todd Reardon putting out 4 Hall of Famers and going, I don't know why we're not scoring. It's probably because you don't know how to draw up a play, dude. That's probably why. Yeah. And Nick, I appreciate it. He goes, I'm not here for the positives.
Yeah.
He's here for the negatives, dude.
I get it.
Because anyone could look at a team and go, wow, they played great. 2 thumbs up for the Penguins. When have we done that? Not in a hot minute. Not in a hot minute have I said, man, those Penguins played 60 minutes. Those Penguins dominating the zone when we're in the on the power play. Oh, that penalty kill didn't even let them enter the zone. That goaltending, shutouts on shutouts. When's the last time the Penguins actually have dominated a game? I don't think, the only time I remember dominating was against Winnipeg. Not the last time. After the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Break. I said gate, but break. And since then, the Penguins have not looked the same. Something needs to change for the Penguins. All right? And Ethan says in the chat, we have a solid backup. Excuse me. We have a solid backup in Nedeljkovic. Once again, we have a top 5 tandem in the NHL. Okay? But like Nick Napak said, and until you tell me what it is, that's your last name. So, like Nick Napak said, he's not here for the positives. And we gave you all the negatives. We know what's wrong with the Penguins, and I think the Penguins know what's wrong with the Penguins. Yeah. They're not idiots. They know that their power play is not working. Their 5-on-5 is, but not their power play. You got 4 Hall of Famers, and they're not winning. So, yeah. I'm getting okay. I think we just have to make a subtle change. The trade deadline is coming up. Who knows what's going to happen there? We are not diving deep into this. Jake Gensel getting traded. Riley Smith out of town. We don't know what's going to happen. Hi, Chase. Welcome.
I love how you just stop mid thought. Your ADD is always so spiked during our podcast. I love it so much. Just mid conversation.
Well, that one I did
What's
on
up,
purpose.
Chase?
that one I did on purpose because it's just like an innocent hi, So I wanted to be like, I see you, Chase. What's up? Welcome to the podcast. You're probably here, like some other people, want to know, what about this Jaromir Jagr jersey giveaway? Well, Chase, you came at the right time. It's time to talk about giveaways. It's time to talk about the thing that was only nice tonight, which was Jaromir Jagr and the beautiful jerseys they wore in warm-ups. And you have entered in to win that. So we asked you to go on Twitter and hold on. I want to pull up the graphic because, I spent a little time on that graphic.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
So,
and I just want to say it's not the exact one because it's not going to have the 68 patch.
No. It's not going to, it's not like a game used jersey. It's just a Jaromir Jagr 2024 jersey. Alternate jersey. Okay. Yeah. Just like the one in the picture right there. Yeah.
Make the picture bigger. What are you doing, bro?
Right there.
You can't just click on the picture?
Josh, stop telling me what to do.
Come on, dude.
Here we go. Is that better?
Amateur hour. It's beautiful.
There you go.
It's
So
beautiful.
it's just a Jaromir Jagr jersey. You have entered in to win this, and we're going to do it live right now. Now, this jersey is supplied by shopyins.com. All right. If you go on shopyins.com, that's shopyins2z's.com, and enter in promo code TPC15, you get 15% off your first purchase. We got a couple of shirts there. We got our logo, our send off, which is, as always, Let's Go Pens. You can find Trustin Dubas. You can find Eric Carlson's face plastered on a t-shirt. That's what you guys can get at shopyins.com. We have some of our loyal fans who've gotten t-shirts. Ethan today says, I use the TPC code and I love my shirt. Right out of an infomercial. Yeah. So you can be like Ethan and love your shirt too if you use TPC15 at shopyins.com. Once again, that's shopyins2z's.com. Okay, now the moment you've all been waiting for. Okay. This jersey we are giving away. Okay? Why is it turned red all of a sudden? What's happening?
And can we just preface this? Because we had to retweet in order to share this even further, we are in the running, but we will not accept it. Just want to, in the event
that we do it,
unspeakable happens.
How funny.
I'm really nervous that that's going to happen right now.
How funny would it be if we run this thing and our name comes up?
I hope not.
I know. The anticipation is building. Just like, will we trade Jake Gensel? The anticipation is building. I'm just kidding. I'm giving you guys a little nugget. A little nugget for our episodes later when we get closer to March.
Yeah, I got to change everything because I was looking for people for us to buy, but that's a whole nother conversation.
To answer your question, NES, you still have time. You got like 5 seconds, maybe 10, to go to Twitter. Go to Twitter and retweet the pinned post on our page. Once again, that's Twitter at Pens Collective. Our first post, if you retweet it, you are automatically entered. And I'm just going to refresh this because who knows? Oh, okay. We have 32 people. Josh, 32.
Love it.
Who want this jersey. Without further ado, let's start here. Oh my gosh, it's a countdown.
I love it.
Man, this is nerve-wracking, actually. So, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Jaromir Jagr jersey is... Who is that?
Meyer 87?
Meyer 87.
Meyer.
There you go.
Oh, is that Scott?
How do you know who that is?
There's a Scott that comments on a lot of your tweets.
Oh, well, hey, Scott.
I don't know if he's here right now, but
you just won a Jaromir Jagr jersey.
Yeah. And
I know people are upset in the comments, but guess what? That's not our only giveaway. We got more. We got more on the way with Shop Yins. So make sure you guys stay tuned, especially when we get closer to the playoff push. I don't know. Are we making the playoffs? Who knows? Nice. But we are going to give away. We are going to give away some more stuff, whether it's merch or jerseys. You stay tuned. Maybe you will kind of. Oh, look at Josh. I just want to say how funny it is. After we announced it, our viewers just dipped like half. That's so funny. But.
Yeah,
I'm sure everyone is rushing off the stream to make sure that they follow us on YouTube and they're hitting that notification bell, following us on Twitter at Pens Collective, following us on Instagram at Pens Collective, and also, Josh, follow us on Twitch and Discord at the Penguins Collective. All right? But guys, thank you so much. S. Meyer 87 is one of Jagr jersey. So congrats to that guy over here. Congrats to that guy for winning. Look at him. He got a nice little family. Look at
True
that.
Pens fan too. 87.
Because 87. Maybe he was born 87, just like Sidney Crosby. Who knows? But Josh, I don't know where to go from here. Do you want to wrap it up? Do you want to keep on going?
Let's wrap it up. Just a couple comments I want to address since now that we did the giveaway. Richard,
we did
2 comments from Richard. I think he's nailing it in the comments. Richard, appreciate you coming to YouTube for the first time. Stay here, bro. Like, join the other usuals that are coming in with the comments. It's always great to have more people. But you say that we act more like a married couple than we do brothers, but that's just because we're Italian, and that's just how we do it. Yeah, it paisan. That's how it rolls. That's just how it rolls. Honestly, like you should see our family dinners.
Yeah,
wild.
It's this. It's this. So I mean, I'll never forget. My wife, well, not at the time, my fiance at the time. It was our first Thanksgiving with the Italian family, and I said, I just want to warn you, it's loud, and a lot of people like to kiss your face, so just make sure you're ready for that. And she was like, "Oh, that's nothing." I would say about after 20 people funneled in the door, hugging her, kissing her. Hey, we brought the food. Hey, where's it going? Hey, where's the pasta going? Over here. Hey, we brought cannolis. Hey. And then I turned to Abby, my wife, and she goes, "You didn't say how many there were." So she was, after 4 minutes, was already had it up to here with my Italian family. So if you think I'm loud and obnoxious, there's more of that where it came from at dinner.
And it's Jersey. So like
it's Jersey. Yeah.
Like it already starts here, but then the fact that it's Jersey, it brings it up another level, which is unreal. But yeah, same thing with my wife. Literally first time we were she hesitated on agreeing to date me because of game night. So remember we used to have game night. So that was,
I thought you were saying that she didn't want to date you because you're Italian. I was like, that's racist.
No, so it was literally the first introduction to my family. It was game night, and she was like,
"Nice,
that was intense," and I'm like, "That was a Tuesday.
That was it.
Like, what are you talking about?"
We were just
was intense.
That was just what? That was just mom, dad, me, and you and her.
Yeah. That was a Tuesday.
But to be fair,
just wait till the holidays.
We go hard at game night, and if Uno comes out, we're no longer family. Okay?
No joke.
We're no longer family. Yeah. If I get 2 skips in a row, you're not hearing from me for a week.
Yeah.
But
absolutely. Yep.
NES, let's wrap up this. Josh, this show stinks. All right, NES Addict says best Penguins podcast on the planet. Thank you, NES. We know you are lying. All right. NES also says Skippo. Same people who made it. Same Uno. Same people who made Uno made Skippo, which makes sense. Yeah. Hey Richard, maybe you need to go to counseling, dude. All right, if your wife is a Bruins fan, I suggest counseling. I suggest getting help for your wife, because my wife will tell you this. In order for me to marry her, I said, you need to be a Penguins fan. And she said, but what if I want to be a Red Wings fan? I said, well, then you're single. You know, like, I don't know. It's either Penguins marriage or Red Wings and single. I'm married, so my wife is smart, is what I'm getting at. So So
But
if
we're
that's
not calling Richard's wife dumb.
no, I said they need to seek counseling because she's a Bruins fan. Because any Bruins fan, I would suggest counseling, even married or not. If you're just a Bruins fan, seek counseling because how can you cheer for a guy like Brad Marchand? You know what I'm saying? So Richard, I hope you get the help that she needs. Okay. How do I end a podcast after that? After suggesting,
You just got
I
to do
don't.
it.
I just gotta do it. We're done.
Bail before it gets worse.
Hey, Scott won. Scott won right here. S Meyer 87. You want a jersey? Make sure we'll reach out to you on Twitter to say you won. But yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching this stupid podcast. Thank you, Jaromir Jagr, for your 11 years of as a Penguin. Literally a salute. Did you like that?
He does two fingers, right? Doesn't he?
Well, it does. He does the kiss.
2-finger kiss.
He does the 2-finger kiss and then the salute.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
So I will say, thank you guys so much for listening to this awesome podcast. Thank you so much for following along, for joining the giveaway. I know you didn't win, but maybe next time we're going to have a lot more. I appreciate you hopping on the podcast live, on the chat, on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. I appreciate you listening the day after or the same night, because sometimes these go up the same night. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you guys putting us in the conversation as Best Penguins Podcast. I appreciate that. And that's pretty much it, Josh.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Appreciations all around.
Yes.
Yep. Next game. Let's talk about next game, Josh. It's Tuesday. Tuesday against Montreal? No, it's not, Josh. Come on. It's the Islanders, of course.
Just lost an over.
We're going to lose against that. Yeah, they're going to be mad. They're going to want to come in at time and mess us up. So we face the Islanders on Tuesday, 7 o'clock. Stay tuned. 10 minutes after the game, we go live on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. Make sure you're there. It's going to be a fun time. We'll see you guys in the next one. And Josh, as always,
let's go Pens.
Ready for the Jagr salute?